All right, good win. Good win for our group. One thing I'm learning about this league is you don't take anything for granted. And for us to be able to, come away with a win against a very dangerous basketball team, watch them play against a lot of teams in our league, and, they're right there. And when you have a dynamic, explosive scorer like a Deja Fair, you always have an opportunity. So, but I was really proud of our kids. We didn't put our head down. Game wasn't really in the flow that we wanted it in the first half, obviously with some foul trouble, but people stepped up, in particular Deja Gregg. In the first half, I thought she was terrific. She was working towards a triple-double, and just really filled in nicely for T-Soul's absence. We had some really good performances. George, I thought, was terrific, just really controlling the game. Kayla King hit some really big shots for us. Liz was really good inside. A little bit hesitant in some areas, but 20 and 11, I'll take it all day. So good win for us. We'll get ready for NC State on Monday.
Questions? All right, start on the right.
You guys outscored them 26-14 the last part of the fourth quarter. Kind of sold the game away. It was working on both ends. What kind of went into that success offensively?
Yeah, it was more defensively for us. We felt like we didn't want to show our hand. Obviously, Fair is terrific. She reads the defense extremely well. We played them, man-to-man for 3 quarters, and then we went zone in the fourth quarter. I thought that was good timing, kind of threw them off a little bit. We got other people shooting the basketball like we wanted. We were able to get some stops coming on the other end. We fed off of it on the offensive end, but we also got some steals and got some layups. And then part of it, too, is like, we just, Taylor Soule, I've told her, multiple times, we're better when she's on the floor, and when she gets early foul trouble, it just really throws us out of sync. Liz played the whole game, and that's not our plan. But we really couldn't take her out because Taylor Soule was in foul trouble. But fourth quarter I thought they did a really good job executing the zone.
Go to Mark. Use the microphone, please.
Kenny, you've won 4 of your last 5. Do you like how you're playing heading into this probably toughest stretch of the season, of course, with the big game on Monday?
Yeah, I do. One of the things I said, and when I walked into the locker room with the coaches, I said, you know what, we're 18-4, we're 13th in the country. We got to enjoy the wins. Obviously, we want to focus on the things we got to do better, and we will do that. But we also have to take time to look and see what we did well. I always get a sheet of what the scores are around the league as soon as our game is over with. And, nobody scored 78 points. We did, and so we're doing some really good things, but I just know that we can be better, and hopefully we can get some consistency, with our efforts, Don't want KT to have 25 one night and 3 the next, Don't want Kayla King to have 0 one night, 19 the next. We get a little bit of consistency where we know we're going to get that production from each and every one of them. Then we'll be playing exactly how I want to, but we still got a little bit of time to put it together, and I think that we can continue to show that we're one of the better teams in the league.
Go in the back to Brooke.
Liz and Kayla said that they like to feel out a team at the beginning of the game, and you like them to be the aggressors. Can you give your perspective on that?
Yeah, it's really hard. We were talking about this before the game. It's hard for them because, like Liz, for instance, she's never played against this group, this team before, or these players. Played against them last year, a totally different group. That's what happens with the transfer portal. Teams are coming in brand new. We played Duke the other day. She had never played against those players. Played against UVA. The only time she played against Taylor from UVA was when Taylor was at Marquette. And so they're always just trying to feel it out. You play these teams one time, and it's almost like a non-conference game, so to speak. And they all play her differently, and so she has to feel it out. I like for her to be a little bit more aggressive and control the narrative, but it is a little bit difficult. It's difficult for us because we go in, and I'd never seen any of those kids play. The only one I'd ever seen play was Rice, and I'd never seen the other ones live. And so it's just a little bit difficult, but it's the way it's going to be with the transfer portal and only playing somebody once. We're going to play Georgia Tech at the end of the season, and I don't think I've coached against maybe 1 or 2 of those kids. So I think that's kind of what they're alluding to, but that's something that it's been a concern of ours just because we just don't know this league.
Is it encouraging that they can still feel it out?
Yeah.
A little slow, and then by the third quarter be up by 16 points?
It shows how talented they are. I would just like to be up by 16 points in the first quarter. But they're talented. They understand. They're very smart. And they feel it out and they figure it out. but it's a little bit difficult, but it is. It shows how talented they really are.
A team you guys are very familiar with coming up, NC State. Kayla said you guys know each other really, really well. What's it like coaching against Wes? Is it kind of like a chess match because you guys have all, you guys know each other's personnel so well, know the sets? What's it like? And this rivalry between you guys seems like every single game's close.
Yeah. It's because our styles are very similar. We match up well with each other. The one thing that I will add, it is a little bit different this year. It's probably the most different. Is because he's got new players. We played against Diamond Johnson last year and Jakia Brown-Turner, but he's got Sanaya Rivers, who we never played against. He's got Zana James, who was a freshman on the team last year, who's getting big minutes. So it's a little bit different because there's no Kunane, there's no Raina Perez, Crutchfield, so on and so forth. I'm trying to forget those people. So, John, I love those kids. They're great. It's a very healthy rivalry. Very healthy rivalry. And last year, one of the coolest things I've ever done as a coach, we lost to them in the semifinals. And as soon as the game was over with, he and I were walking up. He and I are good friends. And I looked at him and I said, "Do you mind if I go talk to your team?" And or after the game, and he said, "Do you mind if I go talk to your team?" And so he went into my locker room and talked to our girls, and I went into his locker room and talked to his girls. And it just goes, and they welcomed me, my team welcomed him, and it just goes to show you how healthy the rivalry is. But it's going to be a tremendous atmosphere. I think they've already sold it out. Big Monday. For me, last Monday I was watching LSU in Tennessee, and it just really hit me. It just blindsided me. I'm like, damn, we're going to be here next week, on Big Monday. So we're looking forward to it. I'm kind of glad we got an extra day. Our kids can rest a little bit, but we'll get at it. We'll be excited to play that game.
I don't know if I've ever seen you so emotional between the first and second quarter. What did you say to your team to kind of fire them up?
I was emotional because somebody missed missed an assignment. You should have been here last game. Last game, I got the technical foul. That was emotional. I just know the capabilities of this group, and they just got to lock in and focus. And they do that. They're going to be special. They have a chance to be special. But we got to continue to get better. Got to hold each other accountable. But part of the emotion that I have is because of the physicality of the game. I just think that there's a lot going on, and just protecting my girls.
What made it so difficult to guard Deasia Fair?
Deasia Fair, she's good. She's that. I mean, she's very crafty, shifty. It's hard to. You can't say she's one-dimensional. She can shoot the three. She can get to the lane. She can create for others. Her game is like, you guys are too young for this. Mark will understand it. But like the And1 mixtape, she just comes down and she can do whatever she wants, and she's very crafty with the basketball. So we knew that she was going to be able to. She's a high-volume shooter, high-volume scorer, and we knew she was going to make some shots. We just wanted to try to make it as tough as possible for her.
Mark.
To follow up on what you were saying before, obviously you were already on ESPN2 this season in Knoxville, but to be on Big Monday on ESPN2 this coming up here, what do you think that kind of says about where this program is now?
Oh, it says a lot. I don't know what we were on when I first got here, and now to be on national TV. Do we have a third one? Do we have a? Yeah. Okay, so we have 3. I mean, it just goes to show you the progress this program has made step by step, and obviously, getting players like Elizabeth Kitley and Georgia Amore into the fold. But it just means that you're being recognized as one of the best programs, and I'm really excited because we played in a few games like this before, but they've always been on the road, and now when we're coming home, we're getting crowds. Castle Guard was unbelievable tonight. Our general population, I mean, that Hokie Nation is just really showing out, and like when they get loud, I mean, it's deafening in here, and it gives you an atmosphere that you definitely need. So. To become one of the better teams, better programs in the league. So I think it's validation, of the hard work, but it also is validation that we're a good basketball team, and people are recognizing that because, they put these schedules together, before the season starts, and for them to recognize us before the season start is a step forward because like last year we had to prove ourselves and get into the top 25. This year they put us in the top 25 because of how good they thought we were going to be, and we're just trying to prove them right.
Last one to Anthony in the back.
Kenny, you guys were very intentional about talking about your goal of being a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament before the season this year. This stretch of 5 games against other ranked teams, does this feel like that stretch where you guys can kind of solidify that?
Yeah, I think we slipped up. I mean, you got to play the games. You can't play them on paper. And we'd love to have a couple of games back that we dropped earlier, but this is an opportunity to make up for it. And some people look at it and they say, "Man, you got 5 straight games against ranked opponents." All right, but we're a ranked opponent too. And I think one team maybe down is ahead of us. So it's not like, okay, we're 25 and they're all top 5. Okay, we're right there. So I'm sure when they look at us, when all 5 of those teams look at all 5 of those games, people will be looking at us like, oh man, we have Virginia Tech. So that just goes to what Mark asked. Just validation of we're here, because when I first got in this league, the league was tough and we didn't have a shot at games like this. And now we are one of those teams. And we give ourselves a chance to win. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and this is a big stretch for us. It really is. If you want your goals to be met, this is a stretch that you have to really take care of business.